You can travel for back in time here. A secret place. Where shall we go today?
The little mouse was afraid of the world. The smallest journey. The world is scary. A world to fear. The small mouse was afraid of the world. It had been taught so since the moment it was born. Cats were shadows that carried death. Traps were betrayals wrapped in sweet smells. Humans were monsters whose footsteps alone made the ground tremble. The mouse lived deep inside the burrow. Dark. Damp. But it was safe. There were companions. There was warmth. Danger existed only outside. There was no need to know the world beyond. Not until that day. The day the burrow fell. The burrow collapsed without warning. Violent tremors shook the earth. Soil crumbled. Wood splintered. Cold air rushed in all at once. The mouse fled deeper, not understanding what was happening. Cries echoed. The scent of companions lingered. Then vanished, one by one. When the shaking stopped, the mouse realized the truth. It was alone. The burrow was no longer a home. It was only a broken hole. There was nowhere to return to. Stepping into the light. For the first time, the mouse stepped into the outside world. The light was blinding. The sounds were overwhelming. The wind carried countless unfamiliar scents. Its legs trembled. There was no courage to be found. But staying was no longer an option. With a shaking body, the mouse took a single step forward. The giant who did not crush. The first thing the mouse encountered was a massive shadow. A human. Instinctively, the mouse tried to flee. But rubble caught its feet. It could not move. This is the end, it thought. But the human did not crush it. Instead, the giant slowly crouched down. A large hand reached out. Yet its movements were strangely gentle. The human placed a small box beside the ruins. Inside were pieces of cloth and scraps of food. The mouse did not understand. The human took nothing. And quietly left. For the first time, the mouse learned this truth. Not everything in the world bites immediately. The broken wing. The journey continued. One day, the mouse found a bird lying motionless on the ground. Its wing was broken. The bird was far larger than the mouse. Yet it could not move. It was afraid. The mouse was frightened to approach. But it did not run away. From its belongings, it took a piece of cloth and gently placed it beside the bird. It did not know if it meant anything. The bird closed its eyes and breathed quietly. The mouse stayed beside it through the night. By morning, the bird was gone. Only a single feather remained. The mouse held it like a treasure. Lessons of the lonely. Along the way, the mouse met many lonely beings. an insect living in a cracked wall, a frog calling alone in the night, a cat sleeping in an old barn. The cat did not chase the mouse. It was old, its eyes clouded. The mouse slept beside the cat. The cold was worse than fear. The world was not only a frightening place. The mouse began to learn. Strength was not about biting, nor was it about running away. Strength was the ability to stop, even when small. To move forward, even while trembling. That, the mouse learned, was true strength. A place where one can live. At the end of its long journey, the mouse reached the edge of the world. Human footsteps were distant. No shadows of cats passed by. Beneath the roots of a fallen tree, between stones that blocked the wind, there the mouse built a nest. It was not large. No one would ever notice it. But it was certain. This was a place where one was allowed to live. The mouse closed its eyes inside the nest. The world was still frightening. Even so, it was no longer alone.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. Happiness for all viewers.